Yeah, it's very special. I spoke to the guys the other day, and I haven't scored 100 at home, and or the MCG, and I was sort of talking myself out of it. I think in a way where I said I might as well not play those two tests. I can't score a run there, but it was, it's great to get milestones, and it is 100. I've done my job for the team as well as I can, but I think the thing I'm most proud of is actually, putting up a double century partnership there with Bucky, our first one. We bat very well together, and I think that's probably the highlight of today for me. Yeah, as I said, it's always going to be in the back of my mind, and I'm always going to pay tribute to my little mate. And it was in the back of my mind the whole time whether I was going to be 63 or 100. I thought it through my head that I wanted to pay tribute to my mate, and how to do that was how I did that today. And every time I play here, I'll definitely be doing that. Yeah, look, Bucky's a person who likes to, go about the things that he wants to go about, or the way he wants to go about things. And I think, he knows when time's up. I think he wants to finish the way he wants to finish. And I looked at his numbers the other day, and 70 first class hundreds, over 20,000 first class runs. It's a fantastic career, and he's batting the best he has in the last 18 months that I've seen. And we keep talking about it when we're out in the middle. Keep pushing each other. To excellence. And I think he feels that this could be his last home series. I hope, and I think he will be there in the Ashes. And hopefully we can win that series. And if he thinks that's when it's time to call it quits, then I'm pretty sure he'll make his mind up. No, I wasn't nervous at all. I was just a bit tentative. I think I couldn't really get off strike, and I had a couple of leg byes on the leg side, and Ashwin decided to come over the wicket, and I didn't want to sweep him, because last time I swept him from over the wicket, he bowled me around the legs in Hyderabad, so that was in the back of my mind. And I popped one to backward point, and I was almost out there. But look, I think I was more nervous on 63. I think I knew I was going to get a couple of bounces, and that's always in the back of my mind when I'm on 63. It's one of those things that it's going to be in the back of my mind, and I have to try and overcome that. But that's going to heal over time, and I'll be conscious of that for sure. Yeah, I had a tear in my eye this morning when I walked out to warm up, and I saw Greg up in the stands and Megs, and it's fantastic for them to be here. The hurt that the pain that they've gone through, and how much it would have hurt them to come back today. It's just courageous for them to be here, and I applaud them for making the effort to come down. It's fantastic. Yeah, I was quite emotional at the opening, or the anthems, the singing of the anthems. I think little tribute there beforehand sort of put those memories back in place, and seeing that little smile up on the board before going out there and singing the national anthem. It was quite hard. I had a minute to myself when I came back off before we went onto the field of play at the beginning of the day, and I had my head in the towel, and I had to dig deep and go out there and bat the way I know I can, and had to try and clear my mind. It was tough, but I got out there and I got back on the horse as we should be. Yeah, I really hope it is. He's trained the house down the last couple of days. Unfortunate that he was sick one of the training sessions, but the amount of time and effort he puts into training is unbelievable, and he's one of the hardest trainers that I know on and off the field. He really deserves a big one to come out tomorrow, and hopefully he does get that big one. Him and Smithy are doing a fantastic job at the moment, and I hope both of them can pile on the runs tomorrow and put us in a great position for the game. It's just the type of person I am. I'm very a very humble guy. I thought he needed a hug, the big man. No, he was fine. He was fine. We're having a bit of a laugh. Just sitting there, I think he was a little bit exhausted. But, it's just one thing that a teammate does. If I see a mate that's down, I'll go over there and give him a little bit of a hug. But that was just playing it for the cameras, I think. Yeah, lucky the coin fell our way, and that's what happens in cricket. The opposition either calls heads or tails, and one wins, one doesn't. At the moment, it was a fantastic toss to win. We're 2 for 3, I think 348. Fantastic position to be in. There was no swing. There was no sideways movement at all, so it was quite challenging for the bowlers. It's going to be challenging for us to take 10 wickets as well. Going to have to try and dry the runs up, bowl in good areas, and try and get those nicks and LBs. But, we've got to, same thing, we'll come out tomorrow, we'll try and score as many runs as we can in the first innings, and then try and take 10 wickets in their first innings. Yeah, I think we notice it as well. When we're not fielding our best, I think everything else doesn't go in your favour. And I think if your tempo's upbeat from the start, we take those chances. And we've done it before. We've dropped a couple of chances in the slips region as well. And we saw today, Bucky got dropped in second slip, and then we saw the last ball today. It does really set your tone from ball one. I think if you're up and about, that sets you from the get-go. So, that we try and thrive on that when we see that. I think their heads were down when we were none for 100, and that's expected sometimes in the field. But they didn't get their line and length right. There was no swing and no sideways movement. So, at the end of the day, you've got to try and drive the run somehow. And I think Virat will know the same thing. It's frustrating when the bowlers bowl both sides of the wicket. So it is hard to captain, I'm sure. Yeah, we always, as much as we can, as an opening batter, you want to go out there and bat. You don't like waiting. I think the most uncomfortable thing for an opening batsman is if you bowl first, you always know you're going to be either, the end of the day's play, could be the next morning, could be, just after lunch the next day. You just don't know, and it's the unknown, knowing fact that you got 10 minutes to get ready. So we love going out there and batting first, and we always do that. I'm pretty sure when we win the toss. Yeah, I think so. There wasn't much chat out there early on either. I think what's been said in the media, what's been played out in the last couple of Test matches, I think both teams probably realised that it's about playing smart cricket, and the way to go about cricket is bowling, bowling and batting in the right way, and taking wickets. And it's always good to have a verbal contest out there, but both teams have been playing fantastic. It's been quite tight. I think that it's been an even contest, even though we're 2-0 up. I think it's been a tough day for India today, but we've got to come out tomorrow as well and put as much runs in the board as we can. And as we talk about, keep their fast bowlers coming back, and we did that today. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far, and my early days in one-day cricket as well, I really wasn't comfortable. I didn't know how to go about it, but I think I was talking to Joe Burns today about being here and not playing in the Big Bash, how much better it is, in the sense that you get a series where you can actually just relax and you're actually in one mode. And I find that with Test cricket and one-day cricket, you actually got, it's not about relaxing, it's about being comfortable in the process of how to go about your innings. You can actually have time to build your innings. You do in 2020 cricket, probably got one over, but in Test cricket and one-day cricket, you got a lot more time than you think. So yeah, I think it's been great so far. Hopefully a long time to go ahead of myself, but yeah, scoring at a fast rate is something that I like to do. I like to take on the bowlers, as I've always said in the past. But there's going to be times where there's good bowling, and you've got to try and nut that out in a way, and you have to respect good bowling.